Are you tired and frustrated that you're not making any progress towards your first pull-up? Well, it's probably because you're stuck on the assist machine and not actually doing any bodyweight specific training. And in this video, I'm going to show you 4 exercises that you can do that will actually translate better strength gains and help you get closer to reaching that first pull-up. Hey legends, welcome back. My name is Cameron and welcome to the channel where I help you become your best versions of yourself through health and fitness. Now, pull-ups is one of those universal exercises where if anyone sees you doing pull-ups for reps, unarguably they will be able to see that you have some decent levels of strength. It is such a powerful exercise to include in your training that you will see the carry effects, not just in your training, but also your everyday life. To be able to pull yourself up is one of those basic primal movements that we need to be doing in order to move more efficiently. Now, if you ever worked out in a gym before, you've probably seen one of these machines here, the pull-up or dip assist machine, which I think is really great if you have no alternative, or you're just starting out and you don't have much strength levels to begin with. But what we should be doing is go actually practice pulling our own body weight up, as this is going to have the best carryover effect, develop the strength and the mindset needed to perform the pull-up. So the first exercise I'm going to show you today is the inverted row. And the nice thing about this exercise is that we can scale it depending on your difficulty. You can have some with very low levels of upper body strength and some with high levels as well, and be able to scale that depending on your difficulty. So what we're going to need, I'm using a Smith machine today setup, but you can use a barbell setup in a rack, or you can use a TRX, or you can use rings as well. As long as you have the bar or handles at around hip height, and that's going to be the best position for our exercise. So if I'm going to be starting out as a beginner, I'm going to set myself up here. I'm going to have my position at a 45-degree angle. Hands are going to be overhand grip and they're going to be past shoulder width apart, just like we're going to be doing a row or a push-up in that position there. This is the middle. This is where my chest is going to be for the exercise. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to pull my chest up towards the bar. And the really great thing about this exercise is that we can perform this exercise for reps, which is going to be perfect for building muscle and developing strength for this exercise, even as a beginner. Now, if I want to progress this, I'm going to change the angle of my body. So I'm going to come lower down. I'm going to point my toes up this time. And as you can see, that was much harder for even myself on that version of the exercise. Now, if you want to progress this exercise even further, then you want to elevate your feet up onto a step or a platform or a bench and perform the exercise at a complete horizontal angle. The second exercise we're going to be doing is actually going to come up to the pull-up bar itself and do pull-ups with resistance bands. So the idea of a resistance band with a pull-up is that when we go to do a pull-up, the band's going to stretch. And we know that band does not want to stay in this position. It wants to snap back. And this is going to really help us pull ourselves up over the bar. So I'll show you what I mean by this. So for setup with the band, we're just going to throw it over the bar like so. And then we're just going to feed the loop through and then tighten it like this. Okay. Now, another important note of the setup, depending on how high your pull-up bar is, you're probably going to want to have a step. Like you see behind me, I got a jump box here, just because it's going to help you get into the band, especially if you're on your own, and also getting out. So I'm going to come stand at the box, and the box is going to be really close to the pull-up bar, because I don't want it too far away. Okay, from here I'm going to pull the resistance band down, just putting 1 foot into it. That's all you need, not 2. Okay, and now I'm going to allow myself to drop with gravity and my body weight pushing down. Okay, so in this position here, the band is stretched. So this is going to help me perform my pull-ups because the band wants to get back to its original position. Okay, and when you're done, just bring your foot behind you, back up into the box. And if that box or step is too far away, what's going to happen, you're going to be trying to reach for that box and this front leg's going to come out and you're going to do a front split with your legs, and that's going to not be nice for your hamstrings. The nice thing about doing assisted pull-ups with the bands is that we can regress and progress depending on our ability. So if you're just starting out, going with the thickest band possible, and that's going to be really beneficial for you and to build your confidence as well. So you can start practicing those pull-ups, and then as you get better, you got to progress into a thinner band, and then eventually, if you want, you can go to the thinnest band possible before going onto the pull-up bar itself. The third exercise I'm going to show you is the scapular pull-up, or scap pull-ups. The reason why this is important is because when we're learning how to do our first pull-up, what tends to happen is that we're going to use any movement necessary to try and get our chin over the bar. So let's say you're only just about to get 1 or 2 pull-ups. What's gonna happen is this. You're gonna try and do this, and then come down and try and do it again. And while that's good and it's a massive achievement to be able to do your first pull-up, what happens is then over time then, we're actually gonna be trying to use that same movement pattern to cheat ourselves up over the bar. And so we need to really train those muscles that are gonna really initiate the movement for the pull-up. More specifically, the muscles around your scapula, so your lower and mid traps. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna come up to the bar, and the movement is really small. So have on hold to the bar, like so, and hang. And then from here, I want you to think about trying to really pull your shoulder blades together and lifting yourself up without bending your elbows. So it's from here, and drop. Hold for a few seconds, and down. So what it looks like from the other side is this. And that is a scapular pull-up, because as you will see, when we do the full pull-up, we're in this bottom position here. So if we can just train that initial scap movement, we're gonna build that strength in those chronically weak areas. That's gonna really help you progress much faster in your pull-ups. Now, the fourth and final exercise I'm gonna show you today is the negative pull-up. Probably the most challenging out of the exercise selection today, because what we need to do is actually slow down the movements. And the reason why it's the most challenging is because when you're a beginner, you're gonna find that you're not actually slowing down at all. It's just you're falling off the bar. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and jump up over the bar as much as we can. And if you need to, if you don't have a good jump height, then you can just prop yourself up on a seat. That way you can very quickly get yourself over the bar. And then we're gonna slow down the movement like so, as much as we can. Training just the eccentric portion, the negative portion of the exercise. So I'll show you it again. Jumping up, slow, as much as we can, down like that. But when you're a beginner, what tends to happen is that you jump up to the bar and then you just fall because you don't have the strength. But that's okay, because at first it's just the intention. You're really trying to focus as much as you can on slowing down. And that often can be enough just to build a little bit of strength. And over time, when you progress, you'll be able to get slower and slower and slower until you be able to get as slow as you can. That's it, guys. That's 4 exercises that you can do from home or in the gym where you can really try and fast track your progress towards your goals. The nice thing about these exercises is that they're all body weight. And the reason why that's good is because we're training more specifically for those exercises. We're also training our grip strength, our core strength, and our forearm endurance, which is what we really need to help supplement our strength levels so we can do pull-ups. But like with everything, guys, the most important thing is consistency. So if you're gonna try and do these exercises maybe 2 or 3 times a week and aim for about 3 or 4 sets in each session. And by doing that, you will seriously improve. If you have any other questions on technique or the exercises, please leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And let me know what other topics you'd like to see in the future. Please give this video a like if you find it useful and subscribe if you want to see more. My name is Cameron and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.